back, so stay right here. In a second, yes, girl, I'm a present girl. It's just an illusion. Oh, boom, 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 boom. What are you... Is the camera again? I'll fix it in editing. I really don't care at this point. Hey you guys, welcome back to the, I feel like this is in my face. Everything's going awry. It's been like 1 minute and it's already going awry. So welcome back to the show. It's been crazy. And if you notice, there's like a really big difference in me. And if you don't see it, well then I don't know what to tell you. I guess if you're listening on audio, you don't see it. I cut like all of my hair off. My hair's like really short now, like really short. Should I zoom the camera in a little? Hold on. I don't know if I want it that close. 1, 2, 3, I disappear. Come on right back, so stay right here. Oof. I think I like that a little bit better. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm so Julia. Yeah, I cut like all of my hair off. It was a crazy story. So it happened like 2 days ago, and I went in and I'm thinking in my head, I want to look like Debbie Harry. I want to look like, who's like a really good example of who I want to look like? I want to look at like I just walked out of like a 70s JCPenney magazine. Okay, that's what I want. And I go in there. She doesn't ask to see any photos. My first mistake. And, well, first off, my sister went first, and it took, like, forever for her hair to get done. And then it was my turn, and she starts, like, dyeing my hair because I got highlights. And she does it in, like, 15 minutes. And mind you, I got a full highlight, which I don't usually do, but I got a full highlight. So she did highlights all over my head. She does it within, like, 15 minutes. Crazy. And then, I get, it washed or whatever, and then she goes to cut my hair. And I'm like, I want it shorter for sure. I want it shorter. Probably shorter than I usually get cut. And so I tell her kind of like maybe where I'm thinking. But I say, let's start like with a trim and then like go shorter, like as we go. I don't want to just chop off a bunch. Like, let's do it in like pieces. And so we do that. And I'm like, let's do a little shorter. And then all of a sudden she like grabs this huge chunk of hair and like then my hair was gone. And, so I don't think my hair was meant to be this short, but that's okay. It was guys, it's one thing my hair being like really short, but the way she styled it, like once it was dry, the best way I could describe it, like how I see it, is like Maya from Pen 15. Like that's how my hair looks. I'll put a photo up for sure. That's what it was like in my head through my eyes. It was like really bad. And I was, like, so embarrassed. I was like, this is the worst haircut I've ever got. My life is ruined. And I was, like, going through the day, like, this is awful. And, at one point, my mind would get off it. I'd be laughing. Life was going to be like, ha, ha, ha. But then I remember my haircut is really bad, so nothing was funny. And it was bad. But I eventually made it home that day, and I was like, okay, we need to get this sorted out. And so I went up to my little bathroom, and I styled my hair. I did the little swoop out like I always do, like it is right now. And it looks really good now. And now I'm, like, really happy with it. But the way she styled it was outrageous. Like, criminal. It was a criminal offense. She should be in jail. She should literally be in federal prison. Like, the way she styled it was that bad. It was crazy. My dad's work gifted him this, and so I stole it. Because I like to steal things from my family members. I make it a habit for sure. I make theft a habit. I'm everywhere. I'm so Julia. Oh. But yeah, it was crazy. I was like, because usually when it comes to hair, I'm like, it'll grow back. That's kind of my attitude about it. Like, if too much is chopped off, it'll grow back. But to be fair, I had never gone through something where all my hair was chopped off. So I was like, until it happens to you, you don't know how it feels. What you don't know about Lady Gaga. I feel like no one knows that song. I know that song because I'm a true Lady Gaga stan. Get into that for a minute. When I was in 8th grade, I did a multimedia research project on Lady Gaga. I know everything about her. Anyway. But yeah, all my hair was chopped off. And I didn't really know how to feel about it. Because I'd never gone through that. But, and I was always that person who's like, it'll grow back. But once it happens, you're like, oh my God, my life is over. But I knew, like, in the chair, like, she turned me away from the mirror, so I could not see what was happening the entire time. But there was a part of me that was like, it was like my body, like my soul left my body, and I knew something had gone awry. And I knew in my gut. So I had to keep telling myself, okay, this hairstyle might be bad. This might be a really bad haircut, but it cannot be as bad as when my hair was dyed black that one time.
Trigger warning, jump scare.
And, I was right. No matter how bad the haircut is, it cannot be as bad as when my hair was dyed black. It just can't. So I had that to hold on to, which was really nice. Anyway, I think I styled it really cute now. I really, really like it. I've never had my hair this short ever. So yeah, but I really like it now. Now that I got my dirty hands on it, I feel good about it. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. If you don't, you cannot say anything, or I will have to come to your house and find you. So, I mean, if that's really something you're willing to risk, then fine, be my guest. But don't. So yeah, I have like the same topic written on there twice. I just realized that. Okay, well, things happen. I gotta sneeze. Okay. I'm sick, Julia. Oh, I hurt my chest. Look. I got a little, cornbread. I got a little cornbread. I love cornbread. One thing about me is I love cornbread. Actually, another thing about me, I spoke about this on my story. I love banana pudding. Like, I love banana pudding. But it's really take it or leave it unless it has the wafers. If it has the wafers, then I will actually, I'll commit a crime for banana pudding with wafers. That's right. Where are my girls at? Where are my banana pudding girls at? Oh! I'm crazy. And that's okay. And I think as a society, we need to get past that and move on. Let me take a sip. I feel like this is going to help me increase my water intake. Because, guys, I actually did something that when I was, in, the last few weeks of college, I, was only drinking water. And I felt, my jawline, it started to show. I swear on my life, my jawline started to show. And for me, that's not really something I have. I think my jaw is honestly just, mush. But I was like, oh, my God, wait, hold on. I felt really skinny. I really did. I was like, I took a sip of water and I said, I'm skinny. I turn to the side, I disappear. Come on right back, so stay right here. I'm in such a good mood right now. I really am. I think it's because I was so tired 20 minutes ago. But I think I've just got past that stage and now I'm slap happy. So yeah. But yeah, I do think this is going to help me increase my water intake. I hope so. I do need to drink more water. Everyone does. So yeah. Ooh, I could feel it go down. You know what? Let's actually talk about something. So this is flavored water. And all these people are like, it's juice. It's juice. And then everyone else is like, no, it's water with flavoring. How about this? How about it doesn't matter? How about that? How about it doesn't matter? We're all going to die anyway. Look, it has a bendy straw. You can see my lipstick on it. Me, when I do an ad, this is it's not a Stanley, it's a Hydro Flask, because that's what my dad's job gave him. But honestly, you can hear the ice jingling. I like the Hydro Flask better because I like the little man. I think it's cute. And honestly, Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast, Hydro Flask sponsored them. And you know how I feel about Brooke and Connor. Love them. So, I love it. Let me actually talk about something that's on the list today. Oh, dear God. Jesus, take the wheel. Take it from my hand. What if I was a singer? Then what? So let's talk about this. Bridgerton. Bridgerton's been out for a few weeks now. And if you have not yet watched it, that's really on you. But I don't really want to get into the details and what I really think, because honestly, I feel bad when I have opinions that are not positive, which by no means am I saying it was bad. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. There's just things I would have done differently had I been the showrunner. The writer even. But that's also, like, my thing, so it doesn't matter. But I will say this. Watching Colin and Penelope fall in love, and me really identifying with Penelope and her character, and just, like, really everything about her, it made me think, wow, I'm going to be alone forever. Ow! I'm going to be alone forever. No one loves me. No one loves me. I'm going to die alone. Who's excited? Who's excited? Who wants to go a trip to nowhere? Who wants to go on a trip to heartbreak? Who wants to go on a trip to the land of being alone? And you know the answer is that no one does, because no one wants to travel with me because I'm alone. But yeah, watching them fall in love, it was so crazy. It's supposed to be like, show you that, you know, everyone can, like, find someone, right? Which, arguably, is that even really the plot you want? But anyway, it doesn't matter. But I see it, and it just tells me, oh my god, no one loves me. Why is that where my mind goes? But I'm gonna die alone, is basically what I'm saying. I'm gonna die alone, and it's so sad. It's so sad, because it's like, I'm so young, and I'm, like, already like this. People say all the time, quit while you're ahead. But guys, I haven't even begun. I'm gonna die alone. And that's okay. And, you know, maybe that's for the best, because I'm like, really am that person that's like, I want to have friends. I want to have a boyfriend. I hate everybody. I hate everybody. I think that's a song by Halsey. Tell me if I'm wrong, but don't. But yeah. I think many people are going to be like, Beth, you're so young. You're so young. Give it time. I need you guys to know this. I have never even been on a date. I've only, like, spoken, like, romantically to one person. And it was the guy who ghosted me. It was the guy who carried my table to my sister's car. It was that guy. I talked about that in the episode with my sister. It was that dude. That was the only guy. But it's honestly, it's really, hold on. It's up in the air if it was romantic or not. Because to me, it was romantic. To him, it was like, this girl is annoying. Should I block her? And he never blocked me. He still follows me. I don't follow him. And that's honestly a common theme with me, is most people that follow me, I do not follow back. I follow, like, 5 people back. And that's a problem for me. And that's a hang up I have. But nobody's perfect. You live and you learn it. You do it again until you get it right. And that's on the wise words of Hannah Montana. Which was such a good concept for a show. And I mean that. I was so butthurt about my haircut. I mean, I like it now, but I was so butthurt about it when it first happened. But then I got to feeling pretty and stuff, and I posted a picture. And this girl commented, she's like, I'm going to show my hairstylist up this picture of you and say that this is what I want. The way my jaw hit the ground, unhinged like a snake, I felt so beautiful and amazing. I felt famous. That's what I said. I feel famous because of you said that. And she's like, you're famous to me. Whoever you are, Miss Girl, I love you very much. But yeah, that made me feel really good. It's like, it was like one of God's little angels. And yeah. I'm so Julia. I have been listening more to Brat lately. I really like the song Apple. I think the apple's rotten right to the core. Yeah, I don't know the words. Speaking of Brat, hold on. This dog is Brat Green. That's literally all I was gonna say. Anyway, but yeah, the Bridgerton thing. I'm like switching topics so fast. I'm so sorry if this was like crazy to listen to, but like honestly, that's kind of my thing. That's kind of been like the whole thing for 15 episodes now. So if you're not used to it by now, I don't know what to tell you. My mind goes everywhere. But yeah, I watched Bridgerton. And it just, like, made me feel like, wow, I'm never gonna fall in love. Wow, no one loves me. Because in the show, like, Penelope's my age. She's, like, 20, I think. I'm 19. I just turned 19. And I'm just like, well, I guess in all fairness, she never had, like, anything romantic happen to her until Colin. Until the fatal day. And I guess, if we're being fair, she's still older than me. And, if we're talking, like, if we're speaking logistics here, I'm still, like, there's no way to paint this good. I'm alone, and I don't like it. And, yeah, I want a boyfriend. There, I said it, I want a boyfriend. And no, I don't want those creepy men in my DMs asking for my hand in marriage. That's not what I mean. I want to go back to school, meet a really hot guy, and him be like, I want him to yearn for me. Bring back men who yearn. There. I said it. Bring back men who yearn. I want a guy to literally be on his knees and be like, I want you. I need you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to the world. I am so in love with you. I want nothing else than you. And I want to be like, oh my God, stop, babe. Stop, babe. Stop. That's what I want. And you're going to sit here and tell me that's too much? You're going to sit here and tell me that's too much to ask for. Interesting. One thing I will say about Bridgerton is I do think, honestly, Colin should have yearned a little more. He should have yearned a little more. He should have suffered a little more. There, I said it. He should have suffered. The man should have suffered. He should have suffered for his actions. But yeah, how long have we been recording? My phone's all the way over there, and it's about to fall off. Crazy. Okay, on to a different topic. So, do you guys remember that girl I was friends with in 3rd grade who wrote here? Let me just tell you, like, a quick story, a little synopsis. When I was in 3rd grade, I had a friend who, she's like my best friend. And as we know, I never really had friends, like, ever until this girl. And she ended up writing me a letter in 3rd grade when I met her, like, a few months down the line. She wrote me a letter. She's like, hey, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And that was basically what the letter was. She didn't want to be friends with me anymore. And I was like, wow. I was 8, and nothing really bad like that had ever happened to me until then. And I was very young, and it affected me a lot. But she was such a turd for doing that. But I got her in trouble for writing that letter, so there was my little hint of revenge. So there's also that. But I ended up staying friends with her after that because she wrote the letter. I got her in trouble for it because I was sad, and my teacher came up to me and she's like, are you okay? And so I was like, and I slid her the letter. It was like really dramatic like that, cinematic, if you will. And so my teacher read it and she's like, dude, you can't say stuff like that to the friend who wrote it. So basically I like guilted her into being friends with me for like 3 or 4 years. If that tells you anything about my life, I had to guilt people into being my friend. So, yeah. But she, like, was constantly, like, really mean to me. Like, would do things that were really evil. Things that, like, have messed me up to this day. Like, I have really bad social issues. Like, have a really hard time making friends because of the things she did when I was, like, a little kid. But one thing she did was, it was, like, years down the line. We went to go do some pottery, like paint pottery. We used to have like a little pottery place down here where you didn't make it. It was like already made, and you would just paint it, and then they put it in like the kiln into a kiln, and you know the whole thing. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, oops. But we went to go paint it, and I'm honestly not that good at painting pottery for some reason. I like really suck at it. But this time I actually did kind of a good job. But she totally fumbled the bag. Like, it was bad. And we spent our time there, you know, hung out, whatever. And a few weeks later, we had to go pick it up. We went at different times. She went before me. And then I went, like, a few days later to pick up mine. I get there, mine's gone, but hers is there. She took mine. It was crazy. It was literally so crazy. She took mine because mine looked good, and I had to take her ugly one home. It was so wrong. I hate her so much. But yeah, she was literally so awful to me. She was so awful to me. She took my pottery, dude. It was bad. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why she was so mean to me, though. I still think about it because it still bothers me. But like, I was just a kid, and my mom says all the time, like, she was wise beyond her years and being evil. That's what my mom always says. Like, she was like so evil to be, like, she was so young to be so evil, basically. And it was crazy. Because who writes a letter like, I don't want to be your friend anymore? Like, that hurt my feelings so bad. And like, now it's like, whatever. But as a kid, like, if I could go back, I would just hug me so hard. Like, if I could just see 8-year-old me right now, I'd want to give her the biggest hug. Because at that time, when I was like 8 years old, I was already going through a really rough time. Just like with everything socially, basically. I was always, guys, I am always going through a rough time. Like, no day has ever been easy. So it was just bad. But she wanted so badly to be popular, dude. It was crazy. Like, I wanted to be popular. Most kids do. But I was okay, like, not being popular if I had a friend. It wasn't even wanting to be popular. I just wanted to have friends. That was literally it. It was never about being popular. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was never about being popular. I literally just wanted to have friends. And she was my friend. And she treated me so bad. Like, there was one time, like, we were sitting at lunch. Or I had went through the lunch line. I got my seat and stuff. And I had saved her a seat next to me. Because we sat together every day. And I was like, she walked by. I was like, hey, I saved you a seat. And she's like, sorry. And sat with all the popular kids. And I had to sit alone. Oh my god, that's actually so sad. Oh my god, wait, that's actually so sad. Well, yeah, she did that. Wow. That was nasty. You know what sucks about that, though? Like, when people treat you really bad, I feel like the people who have treated me horribly don't know they did it. I feel like they're like, in their eyes, it's fine. My sister actually said something the other day that really stuck out to me. She was like, it's not that they don't know what they did was wrong. It's that they convinced themselves that it's fine what they did. So they know it's bad, but they've had to convince themselves that, like, they had to justify it to themselves. So I'm guessing, like, it's fine because to her, she was like, it's fine if I don't sit with her and I do her dirty because I have all these people, you know, cancels it all out. But in reality, it just, like, was horrible. But I remember one day, like, oh my god, it's all coming back to me, the stuff she's done to me. Oh my god. Wow. There was one time, this was in 5th grade, so it was like 2 years later. I had done this project on, it was like some kind of like explorer of some kind. I had to do a project on that. And I was like doing the project and I had done like a really good job. One thing about me is I am going to eat up a project. There, I said it. And my mom had this like really cool idea because it was like an explorer from like 1600 or something. And, you know, we could kind of make like a scroll kind of, or not even a scroll, but like just like a vintagey looking map, or like really old. So we like wrote this little paper thing, soaked it in tea to dye it, and then we like burned the edges, and it looked really, really cool. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna have like the best project. And I did. I had like a really good project. And I was like, she saw that I had done it, and she's like, so like, how'd you do it? And I was like very naive. I was like, yeah, this is how I did it. It was cool, really, really cool. She copied it. She copied my entire project and like replicated it and then presented hers first. I told my mom about it. My mom was peeved off to the core. My mom hated her, by the way. Hated her as my friend. But it's not like she could do anything because I was 10. So by that point I was 10. It's not like you can really do anything. But yeah, she copied it. It was so nasty. It was so nasty of her. But she treated me so bad all of the time. Like, it was, like, honestly so bad that there was one day my mom, like, she, like, gave me, not a lecture, she just kind of was ranting to me. Or not even ranting is how, I don't want to word it like that. My mom was, like, telling me how bad she was of a friend to me. Because, of course, I was so young and so naive. I wasn't, like, seeing that she was a bad friend. I was more so seeing it as, like, I'm not enough to be friends with her, is basically what it was. My mom was, like, trying to tell me, like, no, that's not true. She treats you horribly, and, like, saying all the awful things she's done to me, whatever. And then the next day, my mom had felt so bad about giving me that talk that she pulled me out of school. And she's like, hey, if you want to be friends with her, you totally can. I should never influence you to, like, be friends with someone or not be friends with them and that whole thing. But she, like, pulled me out of school for that. And I remember we went to go out to eat after that. It was bad. But, like, my mom had to not lecture me. I know I just said it again. My mom just had to talk to me about that because she was such a bad friend. But, like, it truly, because that was, like, one of the first, like, real friendship, not real friendships, because clearly she was a faker. But, like, that was, like, my first friendship I ever had. And it was such a bad friendship that it has messed me up bad. Because now it's, like, I don't trust anybody. It was so immediate. It damaged me so much that, like, that friendship ended after 6th grade, and I became friends with someone else. The person I became friends with right after that nasty girl who, like, wait, what? I was friends with this girl up until 6th grade, and then that friendship died, and I went on to be friends with this other girl, and this other girl ended up treating me really bad as well. And of course, I chose her because she was just like the other girl. But to be fair, this new girl I was friends with, I don't want to say to be fair, she had a lot of problems in her life. Like, she didn't have the best life, honestly. But I also will stick with this. You choose to be a good person. You do. But I have forgiven her for what she did. I haven't forgiven this first girl, though, who was so mean to me. But this second girl I was friends with, after that first friendship, I have forgiven her. But, no, she treated me so nasty, and, I constantly, like, become friends with people who do me horribly, because I just, like, can't pick any, because I accept the love I think I deserve. I'll say that. Have y'all ever seen or read The Perks of Being a Wallflower? That was, a quote from that. Paul Rudd, where you at? But I do think that's, like, a common thing I do. Like, I accept the love I think I deserve. I accept the friendship I think I deserve. And it is, like, a subconscious thing, I do think. Like, from so young, from so young, I have just been, like, treated so badly by other people. Like, I can remember in preschool, like, really struggling with friendship as well. And so it's been, like, this constant cycle. And it's just really messed me up bad. And so, like, I become friends with people who are inevitably going to treat me horribly. And I just, like, let it happen. And so now that, like, I'm in college and I can even, like, realize this stuff. But, like, I really don't have many friends. I have, like, of course I have my sister and I have Maria, and that's it. And I just have, like, very few people, because, like, what? There's something in the brat dog. That's crazy. But what was I talking about? Oh, because I have, like, isolated myself from other people because I don't trust anybody. And, you know, you kick a dog so many times, you know, eventually they're just gonna stop coming around, you know? And that's kind of how it is. Like, I've been burned so many times, I've just stopped trying. And, yeah. Which, I feel like, now that I'm talking about it, it is such a switch from, like, how I started this podcast. Because I know when I started this, I had, like, conversations with you guys how I wanted friends so bad. Like, I so badly wanted it to work out with, like, the people I was surrounding myself with. And it did not, by the way. It didn't work out. Which is fine. But now, it's like, that may have been the last straw. I was just burned again. And now that, like, I'm about to go back to college, I'm just like, there's children screaming outside. It's literally midnight. What are we doing? But now it's just, I've kind of given up on the whole friend thing. I just don't. For now, like, how I'm feeling now, and it might change tomorrow, I just feel like that's not something that's going to work out for me. Like, I guess I'm just one of those people who are just alone. And, oh well. I mean, I like my own company, so I guess it's okay. But it's weird thinking back to, like, all of these friendships I've had. Like, even, like, people my sister was friends with. My sister and I are, like, a package deal. So when she was, like, friends with someone or a group of people, her thing is she'll become friends with, like, a group of people. Because we have the same affliction. We cannot make any friendship work. But if she becomes friends with someone, you know, I become friends with them as well. And they have also treated me really bad, which is, like, a reason those friendships have ended between them and my sister, because my sister's not going to be friends with someone who's mean to me. Like, my sister and I are very tight. Like, that would never fly. And so she's, like, completely abandoned friendships because they were mean to me. And you know what, honestly, I'm going to say, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm really sick of it. Like, I honestly, like, why do people treat me so friggin' bad? Like, I do not understand. It's so strange. Because I know I'm a good person. I feel like Katherine Heigl. I know I'm a good person. Like, I know I'm kind. I know I'm nice. I know I'm funny. I know I'm smart. And I know I'm good at things. Oh, wait. Man, it's stupid. Because, like, is that the problem? Is it that everyone's jealous? Because I think that's stupid to think that everyone's jealous. Right? Like, I don't know. If you relate to this, well, I'm sorry you relate to it. But let me know. Let me know if you relate. I'm just, like, I don't understand it. Like, why can't I make anything work? Is it a me problem? I mean, I don't think it is, because, well, I mean, I guess it is, because I'm the common denominator here. It all happens to me. So maybe I am the problem. But, like, I know I'm nice. But, yeah. It's crazy. This has gotten deep. I had another deep topic to go over. I can't talk today. And that really sucks for being a podcaster. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. I think it's kind of my shtick. I can't make anything work. But there is a good side to that, is that it makes for really good storytelling. And that I can come on here and, like, talk about all of the problems and every bad thing that's ever happened to me. And it gives you guys something to relate to or listen to or whatever. I hope you don't relate, but I'm sure some of you do. So if you do, let me know. Or don't let me know. Whatever you want. What else should I talk about? How long have we been recording? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, really? Okay. I can get it in this for a minute. Okay. Next topic I want to go over. This is also a deep topic, but I've kind of want to talk about it for a really long time, because I feel like a lot of people will really relate to it, and it's just honestly something that's, like, been a big part of my life, and that is body image issues. And the reason I've decided to talk about it today is because, like I was saying earlier in the episode, my mom is very, very honest, and today she was like, I told her, yeah, I started sucking in my stomach when I was 7, and she goes, you have a lot of body image issues, and you've had them for a really long time, haven't you? And she said that, and I felt so called out. I was like, and I was like, yeah. My mom has always been such a supporter, though. She's like, that's my girl. She's always, like, been that kind of mom that's like, you're beautiful no matter what you look like. She's that kind of mom. I'm very lucky to have her. But she said that to me today, and I was like, you know, I have had body image issues for a really long time. And, you know, it is strange because, like, I think about, like, when I was a kid, like, very young, people would, like, comment on my body, which happens to many people, unfortunately. And it does affect you. Like, it really does. Like, there's been people that, I was once very close to, who, like, adults who would comment on my body, and it's so strange because it's like the things they said they're screaming out there. Sometimes I so badly want to go out there and be like, I'm a podcaster. You're interrupting my episode. You guys need to shut up. But I would never do that because I'm not a strong person. Anyway. But, like, these things that people would say to me about my body have, like, really stuck with me, like, for so long. Like, being told, like, just being told I'm fat, being told I need to lose weight, being given things to lose weight without really knowing. Just even like slight remarks that have been said over time have really affected me. And I remember I was like in not seventh grade, I was in second grade. I was 7 years old, and I started like sucking in my stomach. I said that a second ago, but I did because I even like, there's also like a part of it with me, like me personally, where I would just like look around and know everyone looked different, and so like the issues like kind of manifested in my head that way as well. And I looked around and I was like, I look different than everyone here. I need to like look like them because I don't want to look like this. And I, like, a part of me was, like, still, at age 7, insecure about my weight. So I would, like, suck in my stomach. And that became a habit. So I sucked in my stomach for up until, probably, like, late high school. And I was just like, I need to be skinny. I need to look like everyone else. I need to, whatever. And then, like, my stretch marks being pointed out. And that was, like, a whole thing. That was, like, super embarrassing. For so long, I was so embarrassed of my stretch marks. Now, like, I can honestly say I'm not. I've got past that, thankfully. But that's also, I've only recently got past it. So you can see how long it's been. It's affected me. But, it bothered me for so long. And it's so strange. Because, I look back and I'm like, I was literally a child. I was so little. And I was so insecure about the way I looked. I thought I was like the ugliest thing. And the thing is, people made me feel like that. Like, why would you say such awful things to a child? But it sucks because, and this is like for anything, like being bullied, having body image issues, like anytime someone does something bad to you, really. It sucks so bad because, like, people hurt me. People create the mess, and I have to clean it up. People hurt me, and I have to do the work to fix the problem. I have to sew up the wounds, doctor the wounds. And it's just a lot of work, like, every day. If it's not, me being insecure about my weight, it's something else, Because, like, my whole life, people have just, like, been so all over me about one thing or another that it's just like sometimes it's a lot, and I have to do all of the work to fix it, and it's exhausting, and it sucks because it's just not fair. If you're the one who created the mess, you should be the one to clean it up. And my mom says this all the time. Sometimes you're just not going to get the sorry you want. And that is so true, because I would love if everyone who's ever done me wrong would have to, like, be on their knees at my doorstep begging for my forgiveness. But no, none of them even know what they did was wrong. And it's crazy. But I was insecure, and I still am insecure about my body. I can't honestly say I'm not as insecure about it as I once was. Like, that is true. I have gained a little bit more confidence, but I also think a part of that is like my fashion sense. Fashion, for me personally, fashion plays a big factor in like my confidence. But like, regardless of that, I was so insecure for so long just about my body, and like always sucking in. And like, I remember I would sit like at the edge of my seat so my thighs would look skinnier. I would like suck in. And I remember when I was like in 3rd grade, I started getting boobs, and I was like hold my shirt out like that and kind of like cross my arms so people didn't see that I was getting boobs. It was crazy. But yeah. Oh my God. I remember even in third grade was a rough year. I had to get like my picture taken for some reason. And I was like so nervous that like my boobs would show because I was like, I'm 8. I should not be like developing. And so I like stood in like a weird way, like, so no one would notice. I'm gonna say I think they noticed when you're standing like this. I think they noticed something's a little off. But yeah, it's just crazy because, you know, I truly believe this. Like, being healthy is important and I should be healthier. Like, bottom line, I should be. But, you know, the way you look is just not all there is to life. It's just not. It's just not. Like, life is hard. Life is not easy. But there are good things about life. There really are. And the way you look, just, it's not the end all be all. It's really not. And that's coming from someone who's like actively insecure. I have my insecurities, but I do know, like, at the bottom of my heart, there is so much more to life than your body. There just is. And all of the time, I have people in my comment section being like, you're fat, you're ugly, no one would ever want to sleep with you. I would never sleep with you. I would never want to be in a relationship with you. Hey, brother, you're doing me a favor, by the way, but that's besides the point. But people comment stuff about my body all the time. Think about the worst thing you could say to someone, multiply it by 10. That's what they say to me on social media. And you just, like, honestly, for, like, at first it really bothered me. It is true what they say, like, the more it happens, the less it bothers you. But there is this part of it, it's just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The way I look has nothing to do with you. I mean, like, I could be pencil thin. What does it have to do with you? Like, what effect does it have on you? Anyone have any? Nothing. It has nothing to do with you. Like, it literally doesn't matter. And you know what? What if no one wants to be with me because of my weight? Big whoop. No one wants to fool me anyway, girl. You think it's gonna change anything? It's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The way you look doesn't matter, guys. It just doesn't. Because, like, I know someone's gonna want to get with me regardless of how I look. The problem is my personality. I mean, come on. But yeah, like, it just, I don't know. I guess what I want to say is, like, there is so much more to life than the way you look. So don't let people make you feel insecure because you are beautiful. And I truly believe that, like, you are beautiful. And it's also okay to have insecurities. Like, don't feel ashamed for having insecurities also. Like, I mean, obviously it sucks having them, of course. Like, let me put it like this. It's normal to have insecurities, but it sucks balls, right? Because sometimes I'll have an insecurity and be like, oh my God, I'm so cringe for being insecure. But, like, it's okay. It's normal. But, just know, like, there's so much more to life. And it's, like, okay. It's okay. Like, it doesn't matter. Just, like, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. You know what I mean? Just, you know, go out and do things that make you happy. You know? And I know that's, like, so much easier said than done. And it, like, takes time and it takes practice. But, like, sometimes, I'll say it kind of like this. When I was in high school, my science teacher, she's like, sometimes all you need to fix a problem is some air. So, like, go out, breathe in the air, and just think, like, it's okay. Like, it's gonna be okay, babe. It's gonna be okay, babe. And you put one foot in front of the other and you move on, girl. You just keep walking, you keep trudging along, and you conquer life. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you look like, babe. You're beautiful no matter what. The real substance here is up here. There's just so much more to life. Good luck, babe. But yeah, I feel like I beat this topic with a hose. I beat this. Wait, what? Sorry, I like confused two sayings in my head. I feel like I beat this topic with a hose. But yeah, I just want to talk about that because, and I'll probably talk about it again in like other episodes because it's such a relevant thing. But yeah, I guess that's the episode. I have other things on there to talk about, but you know what? Screw it. Screw it. But I'll leave you with this. The walls just shook. You're doing just fine. And it's all going to be okay. I truly believe that. It's all going to be okay. And, you know, just go outside, breathe in some air, look at the pretty blue sky, and go, I got this. I'm amazing. Because you are. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Buzz with Beth. I feel like I got really deep. I feel like I started this episode with like, why is everyone so mean to me? And I ended it with like, everything's gonna be okay. Because that is the truth, everything's gonna be okay. But I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I got like off every topic. I don't know what is wrong with me, but that's just kind of my thing. I hope you like my hair. If you don't, keep that to yourself. And I love you guys so much. Yeah. Meow. Meow. Meow.